Hi everybody, happy Friday. I hope you guys are all doing well. We have made it through another week of digital learning, which I started thinking today, we're getting near the end of the school year. I kind of haven't been thinking about that with all of this digital learning happening, but we're going to have to start counting down the days pretty soon. And I'm sorry we're not seeing each other, but I am thankful for all of this technology that lets us see each other at our meetings and lets you guys see Miss Bell and I as we teach you. We so wish we were teaching you in our classrooms and not like this. But we're going to do the best we can and get through it. So today we're going to talk about perimeter. We talked about area earlier in the week, and area and perimeter are related, but they are different. So you've got to be sure that you understand the difference and know how to find each one. So I want you to go through your day 2 slides under the area and perimeter slideshow. And I'm going to go through them with you. If you want to pause now and do your estimation 180 and then come right back, remember to make your estimates first that are way too low, then your estimates that are way too high, and then some estimates that you think could be correct. So go ahead and pause and come right back when you finish. Okay. Did those chocolate bunnies make you want some Easter candy? I really love Easter candy. All right. So now I'm going to be on the first mini lesson slide. And it says, on Tuesday, we worked on some problems with area. Today we're going to talk about perimeter. And remember, like I said before, it's very important that you know the difference between these and know which one you're being asked to solve for in different problems. And we'll practice some more problem solving with this next week, and we are going to combine area and perimeter a little bit next week. So I want to be sure you understand each one by itself first. So I really like this little picture because I thought it was a good illustration of the difference of area and perimeter. So if you remember, area is the amount of space inside of a rectangle. Now, it can be in another shape. You can find areas of different shapes. And you'll do that in future grades. But for right now, in 4th grade, we are only worrying about rectangles, which actually makes it a lot easier for us. So you can see the area is like the grass inside of that garden. That's the space inside. Now, perimeter is the distance around the outside of the rectangle or the shape. So it doesn't matter what's inside. The perimeter is just going around the edges. So you can see that fence on that picture, which is another good illustration of perimeter. So the area is the inside, the perimeter is the outside. So go ahead to the next slide. In 3rd grade, we found area by adding up the side lengths of all the different sides of the quadrilaterals that we were using. And we want to learn a formula in 4th grade. So we know the formula for area is length times width. So I'm going to show you today that there is a formula you can use when you are solving to find the perimeter of a rectangle or a square, because remember, a square is a rectangle. Okay? So let's look at a problem together, and we're going to talk about Miss Bell. Don't we miss Miss Bell so much? Well, she wants to build a fence around her garden to keep the animals out. We don't want the animals to eat her stuff. So if her garden is 4 feet long and 3 feet wide, how many feet of fence will she need? Now remember, we don't care anything about the inside. We only care about the outside. So I've drawn it up here. 4 feet here and 3 feet here. Now, you've got to remember your attributes of quadrilaterals that we learned last year in 3rd grade. And we know that when we have a rectangle, the opposite sides are equal. The length is the same. So even though we only have 2 lengths given to us, we know what the other ones are, right? So we know that the opposite side here is also going to be 4 feet, and the opposite side here is also going to be 3 feet. Now in 3rd grade, we would add these all up. So we would say 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4, right? So we know that 3 plus 4 is 7, plus 3 is 10, plus 4 is 14 feet. Now, you can still do that, but you also need to know a new formula, and we're going to add some multiplication in. It's not hard. It's the same thing as this. We're just going to turn it into multiplication formula. So, what we're going to do for perimeter now, and I'm going to write a P to stand for perimeter. It is equal to 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Okay? I'm going to show you what that means. Don't panic about that because it's really not hard. So all you're going to do is take your length, which is 4, and you're going to multiply it by 2. This is our perimeter. And we're going to take our width, which was 3, and multiply that by 2. Okay? So 2 times 4 equals 8. 2 times 3 equals 6. So our perimeter equals 14 feet. So it's really the same thing. We're just thinking of it in a different way. You're thinking about multiplying this by 2 for these two sides, multiplying this by 2 for these two sides, and then adding those together. Okay? So let's look at another problem. Ms. Cross wants to build a fence around her yard. If her yard is a rectangle and is 74 feet wide and 128 feet long, what would the perimeter of the yard be? So I drew this one a little bit bigger, and I'm not going to add like this time. I'm just going to use my formula. So perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Okay? So my length is 128 feet. So my perimeter equals 2 times 128 plus 2 times my width for the two sides. So 2 times 74. Okay? So these are some bigger multiplication problems. So I'm going to come down here and do these. Now, if I have 128 times 2, we know how to do that, right? We know that we're just doing it twice. So you can even do repeated addition for that, or multiply it out by 2. Now, it's been a long time since I've done this box method, so we're going to see if Ms. Cross remembers how to do it. Okay, so I've decomposed my number into the different place values, and I'm going to multiply the 2 by each one, and those are going to be my partial products, and then I'll add them all back together. So 2 times 100 is 200. 2 times 20 is 40. Those zeros are nice and easy. Just bring them down and multiply what's left. And then 2 times 8 is 16. So all I'm going to do now is add these up. Be sure to remember to line your place values up nice and neatly and in straight lines so you don't get mixed up. So we have 0, 0, 6. 0, 4 plus 1 is 5. And we're going to bring that 2 down. Okay? So now we know that this is 256. Okay? So now we're going to do this one. So I'm going to draw all my boxes. I'm going to decompose my 74 into my 10s and my 1s, and I'm going to multiply them both by 2. So 2 times 70, I'm just going to pull that 0 down and multiply 2 times 7 and get 14. 2 times 4 is 8. So I'm going to line these up nice and neat and add them. Okay? So now I know that this is 148. So now I've just got to add those two together to get my perimeter. And I'm running out of space here. Let's do it right down here. 256 plus 148. Okay? 6 plus 8 is 14. Carry my 1. 5 plus 4 is 9. Add that 1 back in. That gives me a 10. So my 0 goes here. My 1 comes up here. 2 plus 1 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. So I have figured out that my perimeter, let me get another color, is equal to 404 feet. So if I was going to go and buy fencing to go all the way around here, I would need to get 404 feet of fencing materials. Now, maybe you try this at home. You double check Miss Cross's work. Be sure I got it correct and didn't make a mistake. But that's the way you do it. And remember, this is your formula for perimeter. And it's going to be on your summary slide, so you can look at it there, or you can pause it here on the video. But perimeter is equal to 2 times length and 2 times width added together for rectangles. Okay? So you're going to practice finding perimeter today. Now, I had trouble finding some work that was just rectangles. So hopefully this isn't too confusing. You are going to see under cross math, or in Miss Bell's class under her math for content, a paper that's called Perimeter April 10th. Now, I want you to ignore the directions that are on that paper because it tells you to find area. I want you to cross out area and put in perimeter. So, even though the paper says find area, you're going to be finding the perimeter. Just like on Tuesday when I had you write out the whole formula for your area, I want you to do the same thing for perimeter. So, for example, if it is a box that is 2 squares wide and 4 long, you're going to write out perimeter, or P, equals 2 times 4 plus 2 times 8, because we want to really know that you understand how to use this formula to find perimeter. Okay, so go through your summary slide. I hope you enjoy the little joke meme that's in there. I hope you all have a great weekend. I miss you all so, so much. I can't wait to see your faces in person again. Please let me or Miss Bell know if you have any questions about the math today, and we will help you. All right, I will see you next week. Bye.